Well done.
Thanks, Michelle. So yeah, guys, so as I was saying, as portfolios, we've all been having diamond hands for what seems like forever. But you've probably all noticed that things have started to move up a bit now, which is absolutely phenomenal. So I just want to say how important, guys, it is going to be. I mean, I'm hoping, and I bet most of us on here, are hoping that we are entering the second wave now of the bull run, right? Let's hope so. So it's just super important, guys, that we're all plugging into Curtis as we are, going in this second wave, because he's going to be talking about, I don't know if you've heard, he's going to be talking about us taking profits, out. So we really don't want to get caught on the wrong side of this second wave, guys. So just make sure that you're always plugging into Curtis, listening to what he says, following his instructions, as we, obviously get further into the second wave. So that's just all I wanted to say, because I think I've just got this feeling that things are just going to start going pew, pew, hopefully very soon. So yeah, that's all I want to say, guys. Just keep plugging into him, and he will be guiding us on what to do. So Dave, mate.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, none of us have actually been here in crypto land when a proper bull run has been on in full pelt. And the feeling I get from Curtis is he does get quite wild. Things will go up massively in a very short space of time, they retrace a bit, and then they'll go off again. And there will be 2 more waves, and he will be advising us to come out of some things at various points when they made big profits. There will be some coins that are in now, between now and Christmas, they'll go wild. We don't know which ones, we've got an idea, but we don't really know which ones. And there will be some wild profits made. There were some wild profits made in the first 3 months of this year, but the second wave is going to be even more nuts. It started, I mean, Ethereum's gone up, what, 40% in the last month, quietly. It went down to 1,800. It's now up to 2,700. So things have started, but he's expecting Ethereum, for example, to go up to 10,000 a coin, just by following the patterns that happened in the previous bull runs. He's been here in the previous bull runs. We haven't. Some of us are new to this space. Some of us are around for a year, but I've never been through a full bull run. None of us have. But we're just preparing ourselves for it being quite wild. So it is important to plug in to Curtis, to Nick Gomez, to Picasso, and to Mike, what you can. Or if you can only do one, get your mate to listen to one, and you listen to one, and then just share the stories. Something I want, it's all a bit random this tonight. Something I want to share. I'll share screen. Right. This subject doesn't take very long, but it's not been covered by any of the educators. Doesn't often happen, but when it does, you don't want to be on the wrong side of it. So this is a new coin. This is the one I talked about a couple of weeks ago, ADAPS. This is a 6-hour chart because it shows something happened about a week ago. So most of the main coins that people get from what Kurt, Mike, and Nick tell us about, they're either on main exchanges such as Binance, Kraken, Coinbase, and those exchanges have a stack of coins. They buy coins, so they've got a load of money and they buy coins. So you just buy a coin and it comes off the Kraken account. You sell a coin, you sell it back to Kraken. Some of the other MetaMask is the same. That's just peer to peer. but it happens in the background. Some of the exchanges, I think Bit4X is one, KuCoin's one, and this one, X Markets, which I hadn't heard about until I wanted to buy some ADAX. You're buying it, it's peer-to-peer, so you're buying it off somebody else. You're not buying it off the exchange. The exchange is obviously there so that the trade can happen, but you're buying and selling with other people. There's two options: a limit price or a market price. The market price, you say, I want to buy these things at 25 cents. So you just put a market a price on, and it'll just buy to that price. The sell price, you don't want, if you go into an exchange like this, and there are a few around, you must trade as a limit. Do not trade as a market. And there's reason for that. If you set a limit there of a you can change the price. You could change it to $1. That's the current price. So if I did sell now, it would start selling at the current price. I could change that to anything, $1, whatever. There was somebody a couple of weeks ago with a fairly large holding list. I must tell you, it was not me. I haven't sold any, but somebody had, I think it was $30,000 worth of ADAX. So they had about 100,000 units. And they decided to sell, and they messed up. I mean, we're all human. They messed up. And they meant to put a sell order at $1. But they didn't do that. They did it at a market price. And they messed it up and instead of putting a 1.0 in, they put 0.1 in. And there were a few bright sparks on the exchange at the time this happened. And if you can see this wick of a candle down to 10 cents, somebody was crying in the soup that night because they messed up. They sold the holding for 1/3 of the value. So, I mean, you know, a few people on this call now are familiar with this type of exchange. Some people aren't, but as you start growing in this space, you might be directed from either find something yourself or be directed from people on the go lives, and you will get to see exchanges like this. There are a few about. So if you're selling, always do it as a limit. So while I'm on Firefox browser, can you see the Bailey? Can you see that? You can see this, right? Okay. Right. I'm going to talk now about passive income. This is going to be the case when the market kind of isn't very exciting and we're not making big gains. But it's if you're having coins now for the next few months, this is worth taking advantage of. There are some coins on likes of Kraken that you can stake automatically on there, and it's dead easy to do. You might as well do it. But there are others that are in the decentralized finance world, which you find on MetaMask. Now, apologies to some people, I might be talking a bit of a foreign language here. Most people know what MetaMask is, but you know, we can explain that to people that don't know what it is. So some of the coins we buy on MetaMask, which is on Firefox. I'm taking an example of Sushi here. Some of these coins you can stake and get an interest, some of them, like Ave, Matic, Sushi, 1 inch, you can effectively, if you've got, let's say you've got $1,000 in Sushi, you could offer that 1,000, it's still your money, but you could offer that rather than just have it there sat there. You can actually offer it liquidity to people who've got projects on the platform to help fund their platform. So for that, you get an interest. So you can go on Sushi. You can go on, this is staking. So you can go on to Sushi Bar and you can stake. I've got some, but mine are all locked up. So you can stake. Anybody wants to do this, we could have a particular Zoom on it. I'm just giving people food for thought. And you could connect your Sushi to your wallet, which would be in your MetaMask browser. It would be, mine's X Sushi because it's been staked. It would be Sushi. You could connect that and then you can migrate the coins to the pool. So mine earns that. So I just wanted to show everybody that. So that's 2 things I've talked about. Next thing I want to talk about is, because I know people have got quite a lot of questions today. It's as much a Q&A as anything else. On Helium, we're doing bits and pieces all the time on it because there's quite a lot from an admin point of view to do. We're conscious that we've ordered a lot of miners and they'll be coming soon over the next few weeks and months. And I think by Christmas, we'll probably have about 400 of the damn things. You can, when we pay Helium out, the miners generate, they'll go to a wallet that people set up. And again, near the time, we'll probably have a session on that for people who don't know, because we're going to have a Telegram channel as well, just for the Helium mining. There's a couple of exchanges that I certainly know of that cater for Helium. One's Binance and the other one is crypto.com. So you can create a wallet on there, and then you could add Helium goes into that wallet. You can leave it there, you can swap it for something else, or you can take it out as income, whatever people want to do. Now, there are a couple of, this is all good money that comes in. I think, as we said before, it is taxable. We've devised a fairly straightforward sheet explaining what the tax situation is. So people don't, when we send the mining machines out, we'll send that sheet out for everybody, and they'll explain what, we're not going to do that, but it explains what people need to do, and it is, I'm talking accounting jargon. I've made it fairly easy to do.
I understood it, guys. So if I understood it, you lot will be
absolutely. Yeah, you road tested it, didn't you?
Yeah, it needs proving by me to make sure that I understood it, and I did, so you'll all be fine.
And you didn't ask me to change it, did you?
No, I'm fine, I got it.
What do I want to talk about next? Ethereum. ETH. Right, so I don't know whether anybody knows, but there's a change to Ethereum that's been supposed to happen a month ago, then got put back, and they thought it was going to get put back again, but it wasn't. So it's operational as of today, which means that it's not going to be so friendly for the Ethereum miners, but it's going to be cheaper. And it's no coincidence that the price of Ethereum has started to go up. And the Ethereum BTC chart is very favorable in favor of Ethereum. We think that's going to carry on and probably get even more skewed. That should help all the projects, all the decentralized finance projects, NFTs that are running on the Ethereum blockchain. So everything should start to look quite rosy that's run on Ethereum. The other one I want to mention is 31st of August, smart contracts are out on Cardano blockchain. So that's starting to heat up. Would not be at all surprised if Cardano really motors over the next 6 to 8 months. Do your own research on Cardano, but it's kind of treaded water for the last few months. When smart contracts are out at the end of the month, it'll be able to do a lot more than what it already does. So it will start to motor, and if with everything else, it'll go up and down. Of course, it will. But the Cardano juggernauts coming out of the garage. I think that's mainly the stuff I wanted to cover today, because I know people have got quite a lot of
Dave,
questions.
sorry to interrupt you. Can you let Elaine in?
Oh yeah.
She's going to shout at you.
There's a couple of nice things that I knew people didn't have.
Factor in the kind of kitchen area. As I suspected, this is
Elaine, I'll mute her. That's better. Right. Again, if anybody's curious about the Sushi one, the Sushi Aave-matic, we can, anybody that's got those that wants to either liquidity pool or stake, we can have a separate Zoom on that. I just thought we'd just highlight it because it is a good option for people. So I'm going to open it up to questions now. So, we've got 20 people, so we'll have a nice lot of questions. Any questions?
Sherry has.
Hello, Sherry.
Hi, Dave. Yeah, I may have missed it, but with the Nano Ledger, are we anywhere with knowing how to set that up yet?
We're about 80% now, just a few bits to finish off on it.
That's fine, lovely.
Has anybody got an Exodus wallet? You want that as well?
I think I set that up.
That's an online, that's on your computer, not on your phone, that's on your computer.
I think I did that as part of the Sci-Fi course with Mike.
Yeah.
We went through. Yeah, I'll check that, but I'm pretty sure I have.
Do that first. We're not far off with the nanos. We've got both the X's and the S's, because we need the X for we had the S to start with, but we need the X for helium.
Brilliant, thank you. And I'd like to take you up on your session for Sushi Aave and Matic, because I've got them.
Right,
so
fine. Great
so
stuff.
Thank you.
So,
thank you.
That's all right, Sherry. Right, so hang on. So Zoom, Sushi, Matic, Sherry. Okay, great.
Hi, Dave.
Hi, Rachel. How are you doing?
Hi, I'm okay, thank you. I'm hoping that at some point you'll cover how to set up Helium wallets.
Yeah.
And the conversion of the rewards and the withdrawal issues.
Well, there's no real issues. So with the helium comes to our master.
Yeah.
And then every month we do it by QR code. We send heliums out to everybody's wallets. So
Right.
we've got a database with helium, and we know who's produced what, where, and how much. So every month we then go on to our helium app on our phone with the QR code and pay it out. So that's, as I said a few minutes ago, we
Okay.
will need people to set up a helium wallet. Whether it, I mean, there might be more, and there might be more, you know, by the time as time goes on. But I know we've got crypto.com and Binance, so people could set a wallet up with them, and it's just like having any wallet with, you know, an Ethereum wallet with Kraken or Coinbase. So if we'll just need those wallets at some point, but we don't need them yet. But
Right.
we'll just
okay.
it's just having either a crypto.com account or a Binance account.
Right, okay. I
And-
might
and-
need some help with that then. But what's all this talk about halving the rewards?
Right. Well, when I said a bit ago that I think a reasonably tweaked machine with a few people close by with a bit of help will be mining about 30 helium a month. That was after the halvening. I mean, people have been doing more than that. But I when I said what we thought these machines would do, it was after the halvening.
So when you say 30 helium a month, I've looked up some of the rewards on the helium coverage map. So because
I want to under promise and over deliver. And there's two unknown variables, Rachel. There's the amount of miners that there are going to be.
Mm,
I believe there's going to be 250,000 miners.
mm,
And we don't really know the effect of the halvening as the network develops, and this is, you know, over a period of years. The mining of the things doesn't really matter too much, because it's not just the mining, it's transmitting the data to all the use cases.
mm,
So there's still, you know, there's still got people are going to get paid in helium for transmitting the data across.
yeah.
Having said that, the halvening shouldn't really matter that much, because as something becomes more scarce, price of it goes up. So
Right,
if your price more than doubles,
yeah.
you're winning. So it's not a disaster, because look at Bitcoin. Every 4 years Bitcoin goes up, because what happens? There's a halvening.
Yeah.
And this is starting to happen with Ethereum. And the EIP 1559 basically is knocking all the miners on the head, because they've had it so good for so long, and they put everybody to ransom. The mining of Ethereum will go down, which will increase the price of it.
Increase the price, yeah.
So the price of helium, what, $13-14 at the minute. This bull run could
So when
easily
you look at,
$40.
when you look on the coverage map and you see the different rewards, so if somebody's getting like 20 a month, 20 HNT in 30 days, for example, is that £200 about?
Yeah, that's about right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So would that be halved to 100 then?
No. Yeah, but 20 pre-halvening is rubbish. I don't expect it. And any of us on here now that are able to get, you know, a 3 or 4 or 5 others close by, or with others already close by, 20 is rubbish. So I don't expect. So you're really talking about 10 post halvening. That shouldn't be happening, and we'll be doing our best to
It depends where
make
you are
sure.
in the country.
Well, it
Um,
does, but
Yeah.
Rachel, you'll be all right because you got loads of people around you.
Well, there is one in Formby that's just started up that I noticed recently.
Yeah.
The Formby's a little bit of a black hole at the moment.
Well, yeah, but if we've got a few tricks up our sleeve,
Oh, good. Okay.
and if you got a machine talking to 5 others, no matter whether you brought them in or they're already there, I'll be very disappointed if we post halving if we're not getting 30.
We have a Simon Brooks in Formby. That place is going to be lit up like a green Christmas
Well,
tree.
yeah.
Box.
I'm going to put a
And-
sodding
and-
great
and-
aerial up on the top of his house.
Sometimes they can
I'm
go through
it's going to be a reinforced one.
a long way as well. They can connect to Manchester.
Yeah,
Is
well-
there
well,
a limit to the distance?
Well, there's one in Kent on the coast, and it connects all the way to Dunkirk.
Really? But like I asked you, does it depend on the type of router that you've got? Are some more powerful than others?
These days, most of them are not bad.
Yeah.
Again, there's a reason that we've asked for the make of the router, because there might be tweaks we need to do,
Mm.
but we've got all the information for that to make it work properly. There
Okay.
might be a few tweaks. Some of them we got 19 people on here now. 10 people routers will be fine. The other 9 will need a bit of a tweak, and they're all different depending on who the provider is.
Mm.
It's not the spec. There might be 5 specs of BT Hub, but it's just the make of it.
Yeah.
But we think we've got most things covered. I'm sure there'll be something coming along that we haven't thought of, but we
And we're looking at around September, October time, are we?
yeah, I think so.
Yeah, right. Okay.
In terms of the numbers that you see on the map at the moment, they're going up all the time.
Yeah.
When I first looked at that map in March, there was one person in New Brighton, near where I am, who had one. When I looked at it today, there are at least 15.
Mm.
So people are, there's a lot of other people other than us who are catching on to this and getting them. So the numbers of these machines in your locality will be going up all the time. So probably by the time we get ours, you'll probably find there's another half dozen or dozen people in your area who've got one as well. So there'll be plenty of machines to ping off in your area. And and where you are, I'm in New Brighton. Ours will ping off each other from New Brighton across the water to
Yeah. Yeah.
it's not that far.
Because they can go a long way.
Hmm.
Yeah.
There's a
Across the
five-
water, it bounces off the water.
We have
Right,
5 miners in Orkney now, so even the Rock has a few miners over here. There's 4 people in a little town over from me called Strumness, and then 1 on a little island in Orkney, which is a population of 600 people on the whole island, and it has a helium miner. So next time I'm on that island, I'm taking a little walk down the road, and I'm going to go down to this farm, and I'm going to speak to Mr. Farmer and see what he says to it, because I'm very intrigued.
Yeah. It hasn't got a shop or a petrol station, but it's got a miner.
What else do you want?
Oh, wow. I'm excited because there's none in my area.
That's your challenge. You've got to get a little network going.
Yeah, that's going to be easy.
Good stuff, and then all talk to each other. I mean, where I am, when we started this, there was absolutely 0, and I think there's only 1 now. But I mean, within a 10-mile radius, there's probably going to be 60 come Christmas.
Mm.
Awesome.
All ours.
Do you
Mm,
check the how do you check it on the Helium website?
Yeah, I can show you, Sherry. Hang on.
It's fascinating to look. It's fascinating
is.
to look at, Sherry,
I'll
because
share my
you-
screen.
you'll be able to see who, in your area where they are, and when you click on them, you can actually see how many coins they've earned in the last week or the last month.
yeah,
Oh, that's good.
Which, so it's really interesting because you'll get a surprise how much money some people are making.
yeah, I know.
So even now,
That's-
I mean, there's only a few. There's a few clusters, a few in Dublin, some in Liverpool, some in Manchester, some in Leeds,
Mm,
quite a lot in Blackpool, but that's always been the case. A few in Southampton. There's not, there's not a lot. There's a load of areas that are not covered. There's not many in Hull, but one of my cousins is going to sort that out. Quite a lot in London area, but where Michelle is, St Albans.
It's just above London.
Yeah,
Hoddesdon is. and
Go,
doing it.
yeah,
near Hoddesdon.
Yeah.
Right. Yes, you've
far
not
from
got a lot
Watford?
near you, have you?
Well, I'm in a little village called Wheathampstead.
All right, I've heard of that.
Yeah.
So Royston up there, Braintree, Hertford there. So you've not got. So you could get 6 or 8 going, and
Mhm.
then you will get them. Some depend on, on the extremes. You'll have some pinging over to here,
Mm.
some to here, and if we're really fortunate, pinging to
mm.
big nasty London. It does have its uses.
Dave, can you just move up to East Coast then, just above Hull? Let me have a look, because I haven't seen.
Yeah.
There's a load in sunny Luton. Yay!
A bit further up, please.
They're up again.
You're off mute, yeah.
Keep going.
Keep going.
Yeah, further up. I don't
My
think there's
word.
any. Oh, here we are. Look, Hartlepool. Oh, there's 2.
There's 2, but there's some here in Middlesbrough.
Middlesbrough. And I think if you go up to Sunderland, I think there's maybe quite a few there. Look.
Yeah.
There may be more than, even when you've got one dot, when you zoom in, you might see a number 3 on that dot. 'Cause
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
in my area, on one of those dots, there's 5 in just one, so
Mm.
The few in Edinburgh, not really that many.
Dave, it's Ian.
Come on,
Can I
Dave,
just,
keep going north.
Dave, can I just
Good amount
ask?
in,
Ian,
good amount in Glasgow, young golly. Right. So
None in Greenock.
none in Green. Well, we're going to
That's
fix
going to
that.
change.
That's going to change. Big style.
Come on,
Right,
keep going north. Keep going north. There we go.
There you go.
Yes. So there's the one in the little island. And there's 4 in the little village.
Yeah.
I live in
4.
Kirkwall. They're in Stromness, and then that's Westry with the green dot north of
And
where I
there's
am.
one there.
That's West.
That really is in the middle of nowhere, that one.
600 people on that island.
Dave, it's Ian. Can I just ask a question?
Yeah.
It's you said in one of your coin calls before that it was 300 meters between each miner.
Yes.
Does that mean if there's one within 300 meters of your house, you're not going to earn anything?
If they are first with a miner, yours won't do anything.
Nothing
If
at
you
all.
get one and they put one in, theirs won't do anything.
Right. So all the miners wherever you live have to be 300 meters apart.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
There are also going to be some 5G ones as well.
No.
Dave, does that
At the moment.
Right,
Sorry.
does that 300 meters still count if it's higher up?
Yeah. 300 meters. I mean, if you're at the bottom of a valley and the 300 meters is actually not level, but like on an incline, it's still 300 meters.
So don't sign your next door neighbour, guys.
No, my next door neighbour ain't happy with me, I tell you. Do you enjoy having that brief tour of all the green dots?
Can I ask a question, Dave, please?
Yeah,
How are you? You all right?
Yeah, I'm fine, mate.
Great. So, so October, November, when things start kicking off, and you've said it's going to help us get our 2 or 3 or whatever.
Sure it will.
So hypothetically speaking, I get mine, and in a month I say, well, listen, guys, I've just got this and I've got that, and they think, oh yeah, I want some of that action. So if they sign up, how long does it take for their kit to arrive to their property? Can they get it straight away, or have you ordered enough to compensate the expansion of the group?
Well, I've got enough to cover the people that wanted them at the start when we had none, and we gave this a go, and we thought if we're really, really lucky, we're going to get 50 miners in a year. That's how we started, Charlie.
Yeah.
We've got...
I remember.
Yeah, we've got over 300 people wanting them. And that's going to go up and up and up. We've got on order, that we've had on order for some time, enough to cope with those people and everybody on our team currently.
Yeah.
So everybody on our team is at the top of the queue.
Yeah.
And we're ordering them all the time. At the minute, we haven't ordered enough to cope with the people that keep coming in every day. But within about a month, we're gonna... There's 2 ways of us doing it. There's one preferred way. Just see if that happens. Within a month, we're gonna probably order another 200 or 300 of them.
Okay.
So we'll have the thick end of 500.
Right. Okay. No problem.
So yeah, if people order them, that will get interested in November, it might come out of stock. It might, and ones that are ordered, or it might have to be another batch. But by then we may have ordered more, you see.
All right. Okay. So
I would say they probably will have 2 to 3 months wait. I hope they won't have a 4 or 5 months wait.
Right.
Like everybody, we all have.
Yeah.
But there will. I suspect there will be a bit of a wait, but it won't be too bad.
Right. Okay. Nice one. And could you put me down for that Zoom call as well, please?
Yeah.
For that?
Yeah, I will.
Thank you.
Any more questions, guys? Before we love you and leave you all.
Not a question. I'm really excited. I've just
Hi,
found
Sherry.
one at Burnham-on-Sea, which is about 4 miles away. So I'm quite excited. There's one in the area.
Yay.
Yeah.
Teresa, darling, have you had one?
Yeah, I just wanted to ask, David, I messaged you about a week or so ago about some new coins coming out on Kraken.
Yeah.
And you said you were going to mention it tonight. Did you manage to have a look at them at all?
No.
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 Okay.
Right. Right. Give me till Monday. I'll put a message in the group.
Lovely. Okay, great. And you were saying about, obviously the coins are going up nicely now, and I'm getting a nice little bit of profit out of it. I'm obviously better off putting my profit from that into a wallet, so I don't. How do you, like, obviously when the coins, if they go down, you're going to lose that money, aren't you, if you leave it where they are? So where do you put it to keep it?
They're gonna go change in value no matter where they are.
Yeah. So if you put them in a wallet, Like if you put the profit in.
Yeah,
am I
yeah,
making
you can move,
sense?
yeah, you can move the. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
You'd have to put them into a stable coin
Yeah.
if you're.
Yeah, yeah. If you want
Right,
to
okay.
secure them, you can move them into USDC or DAI.
Right. Okay.
DAI is a crypto stable coin, so it stays at $1, but you can get interest on that. So on Tether, which we only use Tether if we have to use it to buy something. So it'll go into there and out again in the space of half an hour. We don't sit on Tether.
Right. But on
But-
DAI, I can just leave it in there till I want to put it into another coin.
Yeah, and you can earn interest on DAI as for the period that you hold it.
Right. Okay, great.
USDC is backed by Coinbase, so that Coinbase are they're always getting audited by US government, so they are really good in terms of compliance. Tether it's not bad now, but it's got a lot of skeletons in its cupboard.
Right. Okay.
That people are attacking
Yeah.
all over the place. It's all right to use just to say move some in, buy something, whether it be a miner or another coin with Tether.
Yeah.
And then you've spent it, it's gone again. It's a vehicle, but we don't sit on Tether.
Right. Okay. Cool.
USDC or DAI.
Brilliant. USDC. Okay. And those two coins that you were talking about, Sushi, and what was the other one?
Matic and Aave.
Matic. Yeah, I've got Matic. Can I be put on that Zoom call, please?
Yeah.
Do you have any idea when this Zoom call is going to be, Dave?
No, we can work that out over the next week or so. Be all right.
Dave, can you add Brian and myself to the call as well, please?
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, a quick question, Dave. Following our head banging conversation we had late last night when I was trying to move money from. My God, they don't make these things user friendly, folks. Oh my heavens.
Sometimes they don't.
Comes with an angry conversation today. Dave,
yeah,
so
we'll share stories. I'll tell you everybody about my cousin in a minute. You say about what you had with Kraken. They're both with Kraken. Now Kraken is very compliant, and this is probably indicative of what's been going on. You tell your story.
There's a question on the back of this, so don't forget. So last night, I have some coins in Kraken. Pleasant surprise. I was going about last night. I also found I still have some coins in Coinbase, which was a pleasant surprise. And I put more money into Kraken last night just to turn it into Tether, so I could then stick it over to EX or X markets, whatever we're calling it, to buy ADAX. Whew. So that sounded painful enough as it was already until I went to go do it, and it only let me transfer a very small amount, which was the amount that would already been sitting in my account, which I transferred from one dead coin to Tether to stick over to EX markets. With the money I put in to Kraken, they won't let me take that back out and transfer it over to EX markets until it's been sat there for 72 hours for fraud prevention or whatever. So I can't buy my ADAX that I was going to buy last night until Friday night. So this was two very fed up conversations to Dave and many sweary words later. And Dave, before you tell the story about the cousin, very quick question. Will I be okay to keep that Tether sitting there until Friday night, or would you stick it somewhere else? I'm allowed to move it
for a couple of days. It's all right. We just don't sit on it for months and months and months.
Smash and super. On you go. Tell the one about the cousin. Now this gets
I'll tell a story about my cousin. I mean, I think Bailey. I think yours is just one of those random ones. I mean, I have moved some monies from bank to Kraken, and they've been held up. It's just doing some compliance checks, but I think that was a bit stupid. I mean, I had one that was held up for about a week once, and there was another one that it was held up a couple of days, and I gave him a nudge, and then it appeared. But this is an extreme one. It's quite a funny one. So my cousin has set up Kraken. She is in the group, and she's in USA. She set up Kraken. She put the money in. But she lives in Chicago, but she's got a property that she spends half the year in Florida, and a driving license had the Florida address on it. So she sent. Oh, she realised the passport were out of date. Well, Americans don't. Half of America doesn't travel, so she couldn't use a passport. So she used a driving license, which was in Florida. Of course, the bank account and Kraken, all the rest was registered in Chicago. Well, I think this blew Kraken's head off. She had to go to the bank to explain that she was doing this of her own free will. How did you get our details? How do you get the bank details? Well, from my login, I logged into Kraken and found the bank details. Oh, okay. And then they said, you've got to do a selfie. You've got to do a letter saying it's me. Have a photo of your driver's license all together. And they said, if you handwriting style on the note doesn't match on the driver's license, we're going to hold it even further. It took 4 weeks for Kraken to release the funds. So that was extreme. I
would need to stop complaining. I shouldn't. Really
shouldn't be cussing. I can laugh at it.
Stay in one location.
Yeah. So Kraken are. It is frustrating, but if there's any good vibes to come out of that story, is saying that Kraken are good on money laundering and security.
Right, guys, anything else before we do one?
Anyway?
I know we've got another call at 9, haven't we, guys? So, right then, that's everything.
Okay. Great stuff. Hope everybody enjoyed that.
Same
Bye, everybody.
Thanks,
Bye.
David.
Ciao, folks. Bye-bye.
Bye.